compost bin. Got lots of great ideas from other gardeners online. Started going through some of my scraps to figure out if I could do the same thing. I've already started making some holes all the way around. I just used my drill bit like this, and I put holes all the way around. You do want enough holes to aerate everything. And I made the holes on the thinnest part so that it wouldn't be super difficult, but you want to make holes all the way around, including on the inside. Check it out. All right. And you don't want to forget the holes at the bottom. That's so that like worms and other insects can get in, and microbes that actually help to break down the compost. From what I have learned, you want to start with brown. So I don't have any leaves because it's not fall, it's spring. And I am going to just spread some of those in the bottom. These are just garbage or brown paper bags that I shredded up by hand, and some of the waste from the yard. You can use some scraps. Oh, I want to put in dirt first, actually. I'm going to grab a little bit of dirt. I am using garden soil because it has like a mulch in it. You don't want to use topsoil soil, I'm learning, because it is a little bit too compact once it gets wet. So you do want to use a nice loose garden soil, and I'll show you guys this. The main thing is like everything is loosely packed, and you're going to stir it up a little bit. And you're doing it layers, almost like you would layer, oh, maybe like a lasagna. All right. And I actually do have a shovel. Let me see if that works a little bit better than the cup. Oh, let's see. Let me turn off the alarm. Hopefully no other alarms come on. Got a few scraps down here. Those can go in. And while the weather is halfway decent for the moment, I want to be able to put some of these in. I'm just going to cover this up pretty good. I want to be able to show you guys. So this is what it's looking like on the inside so far. And let me just see. All right. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and use some of the kitchen scraps. And some of this is from juicing. Some of it is from actually making, cutting up some of this stuff. It's orange peels. You can use pretty much any scraps that you have, like vegetables and fruit only. You don't want to put any dairy. You don't want to put any meat or anything that can spoil, like cheese or anything like that. We're going to put on another layer of brown. And again, these are just loose scraps. This is all going to get stirred up once I wet things up. And the other thing I found out from some of the other folks online is that you can put coffee grounds in this as well after you've gotten done with your K-cups, or coffee grounds inside of your, or just go get a can. I got a cheap can from the discount grocery store for like $2. And it was a nice big chunky can. I don't drink coffee like that. So to be able to have that and put some in my garden and also in here, because this is going to start to smell and you want those smells. Thank you so much for you guys watching. I'm trying to see if I can see who's watching. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I can see you guys. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for coming on. I see the chat. Thanks for liking the live. All right. Put a little bit more dirt. And like I said, this is, you want to keep it loose. You don't want to pile it up. This dirt, it's just like a local garden in the green bag. And you want to keep it nice and loose. But I just thought this is awesome because I'm just starting to juice. And the idea is going to be what I actually have in my garden, will actually be able to be eaten. The scraps from that will go back into the compost. The compost will go back into the garden to help me keep building and growing more. So this is like awesome to be able to do this. These were some carrot pulp. And guys, look at this. This is air that built up in here on its own just because of the gases that are inside the pulp. This is carrot pulp from when I made my carrot juice. We'll do a layer of that. And then we're going to get another layer in of some of the table scraps. I think I'll probably finish off the table scraps. And just so you guys can see what it's looking like so far, it looks like a hot mess, but this is like a happy, happy mess. Look at that. This is a beautiful, beautiful, happy mess, okay? Don't worry about it. You can really help it to do its own thing. All right, then I'm going to put a little bit more brown. And you just want to kind of cover all of that food. I also save these guys, so you take a few of these, you can cut them up, you can tear them up. I'm just going to cut up a few. This is all recyclable stuff, so this is stuff I would normally put in the recycle bin, but we're going to actually use it to help it, help us grow more vegetables, right? And I'm going to cover it with just a little bit more dirt, and then we're going to wet it up a little bit. This is not going to be a super long live. I am going to come back and show you how the garden is doing. I'm about maybe 4 weeks into the garden so far. So wish me luck. One of my friends, she's really amazing. I'm going to link her channel down at the bottom too, because that's the garden I aspire to, okay? Her garden is beautiful. Her name is Chantel. And Chantil, I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. I apologize. And she does a really, really great job. She just has been blessed with a green thumb, to be honest. And I'm just hoping that I have some of that too. So I have a few more of these to just do in here. These will break down. These all help. I'm only doing these, guys, and so many of them because I don't have any leaves right now. But if you have some like garden waste, that will also work. This is some of my beets. And I only put these in the bag because I knew that I was going to do this compost. You can bring these straight out of your house after you make it. Put some more of these in. Get every ounce of that out of there. Like I said, I took some sheets of paper that we tore up and put inside of here. Please like and share the live if you can. It's always helpful. All of this is going to break down. We're going to put a lot more dirt on top. You want to cover it completely. But I want you guys to kind of see. See that? Beautiful, beautiful mess. This is where you get to go back to your elementary school days of arts and crafts, right? And make a complete mess. Put in the chat if you are also gardening this year. I'm curious to see. What I've been loving is that there are so many farmers and like backyard and balcony gardeners this year that I'm truly excited to be new to this community. I've always loved gardening. I always said I would start to garden one of these days, and this happens to be the best time to do it because it is helping me to not only eat healthy, but to be more mindful about the veggies that I'm putting into my body and that my family eats. And I am like recycling, like, you know, it's not a chore. This is going to be fun. Every time I eat something, I'm like, can I put this in the garden? Even when I'm like throwing something away, I'm asking myself now. So it like changes the way you live. It changes the way you think about everything. And I am very lucky to be inspired. My youngest daughter, Cameron, always was really trying to get us to be healthy eaters. And then my daughter, Taylor, was really into fitness. So I must say that this year I am making the commitment, y'all. They were so kind to create a garden for me for Mother's Day. They built it with my dad, which was amazing. So that was just a fun project. I'll have to see if I can link the Instagram because, man, we laughed so hard trying to create that garden. And then, needless to say, the way in which we created it was really, really, really funny, y'all. But we had a good time, and it was a nice Mother's Day, a pre-Mother's Day gift. All right, so All I'm doing right now is I put a significant amount of dirt, much more dirt than I did in the other smaller layers. And so right now, what's in here is the scraps from the kitchen, from the fruits and the vegetables that I juiced, some of the pulp from what I juiced, and then we did brown paper bag and paper towel rolls and toilet paper rolls. And we just want to kind of mix this in nice and even. I'm going to cover it with a little bit more dirt after I stir everything up. And this just makes sure nothing is compacted. You want it to aerate. Now, I am going to get some worms because I heard that that also helps with a lot of this. And again, coffee grounds will help deal with any smells. All right, so I'm going to put a little more dirt on top of here, and then you want to moisten it, not soak it, keep it loose, but just moisten it so it can start the breakdown process. And as you can see, the flies are already here. All the way around every side are holes as well as at the bottom. And that's going to help because you want enough air. You want to sit this in the sun and it will do the rest of the work. You don't really have to do anything. And as I get more scraps every few days or so, I can just come out, put those scraps in here, and it will just keep breaking down. And in a few weeks, I won't even see like these scraps. They're going to just become this organic matter that's going to mix in with everything. Take a little bit of water, and I'll have to clean up the whole area. So after everything is done, I'll show you guys one more time. See that? You see everything? Right? I'm going to put just a little bit of water. So I'm going to just do a little mist because I don't want it to spill everywhere out. Just a little bit of water on top. Maybe enough to wet it up like about an inch. You don't want it soaking. You don't want it dripping yet. All right. And I'm going to put the top over it. Now, some people do put holes in the top. I didn't because then I feel like I can't control how much water gets in. I don't want to put holes in the top because I want to come out and water it when I think it needs water. If it's raining and too much water gets in, I think it might maybe make it go rotten a little bit faster. So I'm going to research a little bit. You guys tell me what you think in the chat about me adding more holes in the top. But right now with the holes all the way around, holes in the bottom, and it's not too heavy, it's super light still, I'll be able to keep coming out. They want you to sit this out in the sun so that the heat and worms can crawl up inside and all the little microbes can start to eat away and break this down and make this into a really nice rich soil. So thank you for joining me again here at Ramasole with Tia Marie. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share this page and come back and see us again and just check and see how this is doing. I hope to be able to give you an update very soon. Thank you and bye.